This is Clynekirkton Graveyard, which is the old burial ground for the parish of Clyne. This church that you see here was built in 1775. There's a lovely date stone above me here. This church replaced an earlier church on the site, but this burial ground's got an even longer history because 3 picture stones were found here in the 19th century, and they date back to maybe 700 or 800 AD. So we know this has got a really long-lived history. Those stones are in Dunrobin Museum just now. This church was enlarged in 1827 to accommodate a congregation of 1,000 people for the parish of Clyne. In 1843, however, the disruption occurred, which is when the Free Church separated from the established church. Now, here in Clyne, similar to many other parishes in Scotland, 2/3 of the population the congregation just upped and left, leaving a congregation of only 300 here in this newly enlarged church. So things downsized a bit. There were alterations made to the doors, the galleries were taken down, and then the church, a new church was built in Brora in 1908 to replace this one here. This is the stone to Alexander MacDonald. He died aged 11 in 1860. Now, his mother was Jane MacDonald, and she's mentioned here, and his father was William MacDonald. He was born in Auckland, New Zealand, and Jane, she was one of the original emigrants to sail from Brora down to London, and she caught the Oriental ship which left London in September 1839. It was the first emigrant ship to leave for New Zealand, so we've got a piece of history here. This is another of our quirky gravestones that we have here. This stone was already standing when William Grant here died in 1860. So the mason would have been sitting here at this exact spot, carving the second inscription as it stands here. So he was chipping away, making the inscription, and he put the name beautifully, William Grant. Look at that beautiful typescript. If you look closely though, you'll actually see that it's Willem Grant, not William Grant, Willem. But the masons realised he's made an error, and if you look even more closely, you'll see a tiny A inscribed above where it should have been in the name William. This inscription reads, Ici Cour de Jean Mackay d'Alveat, which is a township in Strathbrora, Mort l'année 1779. Excuse my French, but this is in French. This is one of the hidden gems of Clynekirkton Graveyard. This is a building which is attached to the outer wall of the graveyard. This is a blocked up window. You can see the lintel here. And there's a chimney, high chimney just there. Now this is the old watch house. There was a real threat in the 1820s and 30s of people lifting bodies, recently buried bodies. So they built this watch house as a consequence. Families would sit in here, it was a family's responsibility. They would sit in here for 3 days and 3 nights afterwards, after which time the body had lost its anatomical value.